Would you explore this museum for 50 Qatar riyal? I was not prepared for how beautiful this museum is. Welcome to the National Museum of Qatar, where you can literally get lost if you are not careful. And yes, you pay 50 Qatari riyal to enter, but once you are in, there's no time limit. As long as it's before closing time, you can explore for hours, and trust me, you'll want to. This place is so carefully planned, so detailed, it keeps you gasping at every turn. You can absolutely tour it alone, but now that I'm thinking about, I should have requested a guide. There is so much there behind everything you are seeing. As we move deeper inside, I started noticing the Arabic inscriptions across the wall. Most of them are historical text and poetry connected to Qatari heritage. Even if you don't understand Arabic, you can feel the weight of the word. It's powerful. And then these 3D moving animals and projections, that's immersive storytelling. They use technology to bring Qatar's wildlife, desert life, and maritime history to life. The fish looked so real and gigantic. I genuinely felt like the walls were alive. Have you ever seen a museum like this? There were clay pots preserved in glass displays, and I kept thinking, how did they even think to preserve all this? Seeing things like these that I've only seen in movies in real life, it honestly amazed me. And then there was this screen where different stories were being told. At one point, an imam was speaking about how giving water is essential, that water is meant to be free and accessible. That part really stayed with me. Qatar's early settlement go back thousands of years. 1803 marks the rise of the Al family leadership. What I love is that they have modernized heavily, but they didn't erase their past. Their history is still preserved boldly. That balance, it's intentional. And honestly, if you are not careful, you will lose track of time here. I spent over 3 hours inside and didn't even realize it. You get mesmerized by the brilliance behind the design. This was my favorite part of the entire museum. Qatar does not joke with aesthetics. Just look at this. The maritime history here is huge. Before oil, diving and fishing were major parts of their economy. So this giant fish installation, it's not random, it's storytelling. One part that was so fun, especially for kids, was this interactive section. It's like a giant pin artwork. You press your arm, your face, any part of your body against it, and it forms your shape on the other side. It looks silver, grey, and sandy, but it's actually thousands of tiny pins reacting to pressure. I stood there watching children get excited over it and smiling. I love when children get to explore places like this and see things they are familiar with. There were different traditional attires displayed too, and I know people who understand the culture deep would appreciate it even more. And I haven't even shown you everything yet. Next, we step out into a completely different side of the museum. Self-care